In this lecture, I want to explain how different immune cells work together and how inflammation fits into the overall immune response. Because understanding the roles of these cells make it easier to see how the body reacts when something harmful enters and how it tries to remove it and protect the tissues. The body uses many types of immune cells, and each one has its own role in recognizing threats, reacting to them, and cleaning up afterwards. And even though these cells look different and behave differently, they work as a coordinated group and they communicate with each other through signals that guide the response. And knowing what these cells do helps you make sense of how infections and inflammation develops. Neutrophils usually arrive first when there is an infection or injury, and they move quickly from the blood into the tissue where they chase bacteria and swallow them. And they act fast but do not last very long, and this is why the body must keep producing them at a steady rate. And their presence in large numbers is often a sign that the body is facing an active infection. Macrophages stay in many tissues all the time, and they act like watchful guards that monitor their surroundings and respond when something looks wrong. And they swallow microbes, clean up dead cells, and release signals that attract more immune cells. And they also play a major role in guiding adaptive immunity because they present pieces of microbes to other immune cells. Dendritic cells are important because they act as the main link between innate and adaptive immunity. And when they detect something harmful, they pick up small pieces of the microbe and carry them to the lymph nodes, where they show them to T cells. And this step helps the adaptive immune system understand exactly what type of threat is present and how to respond. Lymphocytes include T cells and B cells, and they create more specific and targeted responses than the innate system. And T cells can help coordinate the immune reaction or kill infected cells directly, while B cells produce antibodies that bind to microbes and help neutralize them. And both T and B cells can form memory cells, which gives the body long term protection. Inflammation is the reaction that happens when tissues sense damage or infection, and it's meant to protect the area and start repair. And blood vessels widen, immune cells move into the tissues, and chemical signals increase to speed up the response. And the classic signs like redness, warmth, swelling, and pain come from these changes, and they show that the immune system is working. The inflammatory response follows a pattern, and it usually starts with the release of signals from injured cells or immune cells already in the area. And these signals bring neutrophils first, followed by macrophages and other cells. And each step helps contain the threat. And once the harmful trigger is removed, the tissues begins to return to normal as repair processes take over. The immune response depends on communication between cells, and this happens through chemicals called cytokines that act like short messages. And these messages can activate nearby cells, tell them to move toward the infection, or help them change their activity. And because of this coordination, the immune system can react quickly, stay organized, and avoid wasting energy on the wrong target. The immune system must react strongly enough to remove harmful microbes, but not so strongly that it damages healthy tissues. And this balance is important for long term health. And when the system works in a steady and controlled way, it protects the body while keeping inflammation under control. The problems can happen when the response is too weak or too strong, so the body relies on feedback signals to keep everything regulated.